This comment is one that I am particularly used to because I often talk about when my uncle ran for public office. It was illegal, it was criminal in the United States to have a same-sex relationship, sexual relationship. It was also listed by our institutions, our American Psychiatric and Psychological Association, as a severe mental illness. And yet he still talked about I'm gay and ran as an openly gay candidate, and because of that we changed the perception of a tremendous number of people. And so this type of comment is not surprising to me. It is old world or is old language. We currently see some language like that in the United States towards women in general. There's an attempt to repeal the rights of women, to take away public funding from women's health, and they're using the same type of mentality that is thinking that hopefully we thought we would be beyond. So the answer to those type of questions is that we as a global community are moving on. It's an old debate, whether it's sick or not. We are moving past that, and we need to talk about how we enrich each other and how diversity is what makes the fabric of a community, whether it's a city or a province or a region or a nation or a national collaboration or a globe, how it makes us more successful.
Okay. And how much the Catholic Church influenced the public debate in the United States about the right of LGBT people?
So I'll be very frank and tell you that for the most part the Catholic Church's attempts to roll back the rights of LGBT people have not been successful. We have one example where they were, which is the gay marriage in California. The Catholic Church combined with the Mormon Church to put a lot of money and financial effort into turning back the gay marriage law in California, which they were at the time successful. The other places that the Catholic Church has put financial resources, it has not been successful. And there's a lot of active practicing Catholics in the United States who have publicly and very vocally disagreed with the Church. I consider many of them my friends, and I think we're going to hear in this meeting a videotape that Nancy Pelosi had made as an example for this purpose, this meeting today, to introduce me, and she's going to, as a Italian American and as a Catholic, is going to be talking about again that these rights are in our Constitution. These rights are part of humanity. This is not something that belongs in the purview of a church.
Okay. And speaking about the election in France and Greece this weekend, how do you think that Europe will change in the future after this election, and for the economic crisis that hits Europe very, very hard?
Well, I think that, for instance, in France, I think the inclusion of the equality platform of the Victorious campaign to institute gay marriage is a positive. I think that wherever we see people talking about growing human rights, it's a plus for the economy. But we also have examples in Europe, like Hungary, where rights have been repealed and the economy has been used as the reason for doing that, and groups have been divided. And so I think it's a very important time for Europe, but it's an important time for the world because we have a global economy today, that we work together to reinforce the message that only through inclusion and the celebration of diversity and the understanding that we're stronger with all of our parts being fully included do we get economic prosperity. And so I think Europe is at a important question mark. Do we go in the way that we're going to see in France, where the incoming prime minister has committed to marriage equality, or are we going to go the way, as an example, in Hungary, where they are now taking away rights from the press and rights from women and dividing communities?
Okay. And last question, speaking in general, not about the homosexual right, what do you think about how Italy is seen by the American and by the president, the change of our Prime Minister Monti, and this particular moment that Italy
how it's seen by the American people, or
by the president, or by the...
Well, I don't speak for the
president.
I know,
but...
the president does a great job of speaking for himself, but I speak as an American. I can speak as someone who has traveled throughout the country and continues to, that Italy is a very important part and element of the fabric of the world, and we see we have a tremendous, in America, affinity toward Italy. Italy's richness in history and richness of economy and richness of place is very important, and so it is critical that Italy move in the right direction, in the direction of inclusion and be prosperous. It's the third largest economy in Europe. I mean, there's all of those elements, but I think that the American people would like to see the type of work that was done in Argentina in terms of what we do in the United States. We challenge sometimes our religious institutions that have not continued to grow. And so I think we look towards Italy to taking the path that may not be the easiest, but the path that doesn't divide people, but that includes people. And we believe that that path is one of economic prosperity as well.
And do you think that Mr. Monti, our Prime Minister, is doing a good job or not?
Well, you have a technical government, and and I have been in the public sector, so I understand the so-called neutral government to a degree. I believe that this is an important time in Italy for Italians to be able to reflect and decide which direction to go. I think there's a significant role that local politicians will be playing in this dialogue. How do they lead on the local, on the municipal, the regional, and the provincial level? And so we in America are watching, and we are supporting in our spirit and in our hope that Italy is going to be successful.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much.